We gather today to explore the dynamic relationship between energy and power, two forces that have shaped our world and continue to drive the progress of humanity. From the dawn of civilization, energy has been the lifeblood of societies, fueling our aspirations, innovations, and daily lives. Power, in its many forms, has harnessed this energy, transforming it into tangible actions and outcomes that define the course of history. As we stand on the precipice of a new era, one marked by unprecedented technological advancements and pressing environmental challenges, the significance of understanding and managing these forces has never been greater. Energy and power are not merely abstract concepts, they are the engines of growth, the catalysts of change, and the key to a sustainable future. In this discourse, we will delve into the complexities of energy and power, examining their roles in our past, their impact on our present, and the possibilities they hold for our future. Together, we will explore how harnessing these forces with wisdom and responsibility can lead us to a world where progress is in harmony with the well-being of our planet. The story of human civilization is, in many ways, the story of how we have harnessed energy. From the earliest days of human existence, energy in its simplest forms, fire, muscle, and wind, has been fundamental to survival and progress. The historical evolution of energy sources is a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of better, more efficient ways to power our lives. In ancient times, the primary sources of energy were human and animal muscle, supplemented by firewood for heat and cooking. The domestication of animals marked a significant shift, allowing for greater productivity in agriculture and transportation. Wind and water power were also early sources of energy, with windmills and water wheels being used as far back as 2,000 years ago to grind grain and pump water. The Industrial Revolution in the 18th and 19th centuries marked a dramatic turning point in the history of energy. The discovery and exploitation of fossil fuels, first coal, then oil, and later natural gas, transformed societies. Coal powered the steam engines that drove the factories, trains, and ships of the Industrial Revolution, fundamentally altering the economy and society. The widespread use of fossil fuels allowed for unprecedented economic growth and industrialization, leading to rapid urbanization and the development of modern cities. As the 20th century progressed, oil became the dominant energy source, particularly with the advent of the internal combustion engine. Oil not only powered vehicles, but also became the backbone of the global economy, influencing geopolitics in profound ways. The discovery of vast oil reserves in the Middle East, for example, shifted global power dynamics and led to conflicts over control of these valuable resources. The late 20th century also saw the rise of nuclear power, which promised a virtually limitless supply of energy. Nuclear power plants were built across the world, providing a significant share of electricity in many countries. However, concerns about safety, particularly after accidents like those at 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl, as well as the problem of nuclear waste disposal, have limited its growth. In recent decades, there has been a growing awareness of the environmental impact of fossil fuels, particularly in terms of climate change. This has led to a renewed interest in renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydropower. Advances in technology have made these sources more viable and cost-effective, leading to a rapid increase in their use. The transition to renewable energy is seen as essential to addressing the twin challenges of energy security and climate change. The evolution of energy sources has been a complex process, driven by technological innovation, economic factors, and social needs. Each new source of energy has brought with it new opportunities and challenges. As we look to the future, the challenge will be to develop energy sources that are not only efficient and reliable, but also sustainable and equitable. The historical evolution of energy teaches us that while energy is essential to progress, it must be harnessed with wisdom and foresight to ensure that the benefits are shared by all, and that the costs are not borne by future generations. Power, in its many forms, political, economic, technological, and social, has always been a central force in shaping societies. The ability to harness and control energy resources has historically been closely linked to power, influencing the rise and fall of civilizations, the dynamics of empires, and the development of modern states. The role of power in shaping societies is a multifaceted and complex phenomenon that intertwines with every aspect of human life. From the earliest days of human history, those who controlled energy resources held significant power. In ancient societies, control over fire, for instance, meant the ability to cook food, provide warmth, and protect against predators. As human societies became more complex, the control of more sophisticated energy resources, such as water for irrigation, wind for sailing, or animal power for agriculture, became critical to economic and military dominance. During the Industrial Revolution, the ability to harness energy from coal and steam fundamentally altered the balance of power among nations. Countries that industrialized rapidly gained a significant advantage over those that did not. Industrial powerhouses like Britain and later the United States used their technological and industrial superiority to expand their empires and exert influence globally. The control of energy resources, particularly coal and later oil, became a central aspect of national power and international relations. In the 20th century, the geopolitical landscape was shaped largely by the struggle for control over oil, the lifeblood of modern economies. The discovery of vast oil reserves in the Middle East and elsewhere led to a new era of energy-driven geopolitics. Control over resources became a strategic priority for many nations, leading to alliances, conflicts, and wars. The ability to control and influence global oil markets became synonymous with global power, as seen in the rise of OPEC and the oil embargoes of the 1970s. The role of power in shaping societies is not limited to geopolitical and economic factors. It also encompasses the social and technological dimensions of power. Now, the control of energy resources has allowed societies to build infrastructure, power industries, and develop technologies that improve the quality of life. However, it has also led to inequalities, with access to energy often concentrated in the hands of a few, leading to disparities in wealth and development. In the modern era, the concept of power is increasingly tied to the ability to innovate and adapt to new energy paradigms. The transition to renewable energy, for example, is reshaping the global power dynamics. Countries that lead in renewable energy technologies are positioning themselves as the new power centers in the global energy landscape. The shift from fossil fuels to renewable energy is not just about environmental sustainability, it is also about economic and political power. The role of power in shaping societies is a reminder that energy is not just a resource to be consumed, it is a force that can transform societies. The way we harness, distribute, and control energy has profound implications for social justice, economic development, and global stability. As we navigate the challenges of the 21st century, understanding the role of power in shaping societies will be crucial in building a more equitable and sustainable world. Renewable energy is increasingly recognized as the cornerstone of a sustainable future. As the world grapples with the dual challenges of climate change and energy security, the shift to renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal is not just an environmental imperative, it is also an economic and social necessity. The transition to renewable energy represents a fundamental shift in how we generate, distribute, and consume power, with far-reaching implications for the future of our planet. The appeal of renewable energy lies in its ability to generate power without depleting finite resources or emitting greenhouse gases. Unlike fossil fuels, which are both finite and polluting, renewable energy sources are abundant and clean. The sun, wind, water, and the earth's heat are inexhaustible, making them ideal sources of power in a world that is increasingly conscious of the need for sustainability. The growth of renewable energy has been driven by significant technological advancements and declining costs. Solar and wind energy, in particular, have seen dramatic cost reductions over the past decade, making them competitive with, and in many cases cheaper than fossil fuels. This cost parity has been a key factor in the rapid expansion of renewable energy capacity worldwide. Countries around the globe are investing heavily in renewable energy infrastructure, recognizing its potential to meet growing energy demands while reducing carbon emissions. In addition to environmental benefits, renewable energy offers significant economic opportunities. The renewable energy sector is a major source of job creation, with millions of people employed in solar, wind, and other renewable industries. Yet, as the world transitions away from fossil fuels, renewable energy is expected to play a central role in the global economy, driving innovation, investment, and economic growth. In addition to improving energy access, the transition to renewable energy also has the potential to create economic opportunities in regions that have historically been energy poor. The renewable energy sector is labor intensive, particularly in the installation and maintenance of solar panels and wind turbines. This can create jobs and stimulate economic development in regions where traditional energy industries have been absent or are in decline. Moreover, the localized nature of renewable energy production can help keep energy revenues within communities rather than flowing out to external suppliers, further supporting local economies. However, the shift to renewable energy alone will not automatically resolve the issue of energy inequity. Ensuring that the benefits of renewable energy are distributed equitably requires deliberate policies and investments. For instance, there needs to be a focus on making renewable energy technologies affordable and accessible to low-income populations. This may involve providing subsidies, financing options, or innovative business models such as pay-as-you-go systems, which allow consumers to pay for energy in small, manageable increments. Furthermore, achieving global energy equity requires international cooperation and support. Developed countries, which have historically contributed the most to greenhouse gas emissions and have the most advanced and enhanced energy infrastructure, have a responsibility to assist developing countries in their transition to sustainable energy systems. This can take the form of financial aid, technology transfer, capacity building, and the creation of favorable trade conditions for renewable energy technologies. Ensuring that developing countries are not left behind in the global energy transition is critical for achieving broader goals of sustainable development and climate justice. Addressing global energy distribution and equity also involves confronting the social and political challenges that accompany energy transitions. For instance, the shift away from fossil fuels can have negative economic impacts on regions that are heavily dependent on fossil fuel extraction and production. Ensuring a just transition. For these communities, through retraining programs, economic diversification, and support for new industries will be crucial in preventing social dislocation and ensuring that the benefits of the energy transition are widely shared. In conclusion, global energy distribution and equity are central issues in the quest for a sustainable and just energy future. While the transition to renewable energy holds great promise for addressing some of the disparities in energy access, achieving true energy equity will require concerted efforts at the local, national, and international levels. It will involve not only technological innovation, but also policy reform, financial investment, and a commitment to social justice. By prioritizing energy equity, we can ensure that the benefits of the global energy transition are shared by all, and that no one is left behind in the pursuit of a sustainable and prosperous future. The economics of energy and power is a complex and multifaceted field that plays a critical role in shaping global markets, national economies, and individual livelihoods. Energy is not just a commodity, it is a vital input to nearly every aspect of economic activity, from manufacturing and transportation to heating and cooling homes. The way energy is produced, distributed, and consumed has profound implications for economic growth, environmental sustainability, and social equity. One of the fundamental aspects of energy economics is the supply and demand dynamics of energy markets. Energy prices are influenced by a range of factors, including the availability of resources, geopolitical events, technological advancements, and government policies. For instance, the price of oil, a key global commodity, is highly sensitive to changes in supply from major producers, such as OPEC, as well as to fluctuations in global demand driven by economic growth or contraction. The volatility of energy prices can have significant economic impacts, affecting everything from the cost of goods and services to inflation rates and national trade balances. The economics of energy is also closely tied to the costs of different energy sources. Traditionally, fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas have dominated global energy markets because of their relatively low production costs and high energy density. However, the environmental and social costs associated with fossil fuels, including greenhouse gas emissions, air and water pollution, and health impacts, are increasingly being recognized and internalized in energy pricing. Carbon pricing mechanisms, such as carbon taxes or cap and trade systems, are examples of policies designed to reflect the true cost of carbon emissions in the price of fossil fuels, making renewable energy sources more competitive. The declining costs of renewable energy technologies, particularly solar and wind power, have been a major factor in the shift towards cleaner energy sources. Over the past decade, the cost of solar photovoltaic PV panels has dropped by more than 80%, while the cost of wind turbines has also seen significant reductions. These cost declines have been driven by economies of scale, technological improvements, and increased competition in the renewable energy sector. As a result, in many parts of the world, renewable energy is now the most cost-effective source of new electricity generation, outcompete even the cheapest fossil fuels. The economic benefits of renewable energy extend beyond cost savings. The renewable energy sector is a major source of job creation, particularly in installation, maintenance, and manufacturing. According to the International Renewable Energy Agency, IENA, the renewable energy sector employed over 12 million people globally in 2020, and this number is expected to grow as the transition to renewable energy accelerates. The distributed nature of renewable energy production also creates opportunities for local economic development, particularly in rural areas where large-scale renewable energy projects, such as wind farms or solar installations, can provide new sources of income and employment. However, the transition to renewable energy also poses economic challenges. The shift away from fossil fuels can lead to job losses in traditional energy industries, such as coal mining or oil drilling, and can have significant economic impacts on regions that are heavily dependent on these industries. Managing this transition in a way that is socially and economically just requires careful planning and investment in retraining and economic diversification programs to support affected workers and communities. The economics of energy is also influenced by the need for investment in energy infrastructure. Transitioning to a low-carbon energy system requires significant investment in renewable energy generation, grid modernization, energy storage, and energy efficiency measures. According to the International Energy Agency, IEA, achieving net zero emissions by 2050 will require annual investment in clean energy to increase to around $4 trillion by 2030. This represents a significant financial challenge, but also an opportunity to drive innovation, create new markets, and stimulate economic growth. Government policies and regulations play a crucial role in shaping the economics of energy and power. Subsidies for fossil fuels, for example, can distort energy markets by making fossil fuels artificially cheap, thereby slowing the transition to cleaner energy sources. Conversely, policies that support renewable energy, such as feed-in tariffs, tax incentives, or renewable portfolio standards, can accelerate the deployment of clean energy technologies and create new economic opportunities. The economics of energy and power is a critical area of study and policy making that has far-reaching implications for the global economy, the environment, and society as a whole. As the world transitions to a more sustainable energy system, understanding the economic drivers and challenges of this transition will be essential to ensuring that the benefits are widely shared and that the costs are managed in a way that promotes economic resilience and social equity. The choices we make today in the economics of energy will shape the future of our economies, our planet, and our collective well-being. Energy and power have always been deeply intertwined with politics, shaping the rise and fall of nations, influencing international relations, and driving domestic policy agendas. The control and distribution of energy resources are not merely economic or technical issues, they are also deeply political, affecting the balance of power within and between nations, the stability of governments, and the livelihoods of millions of people. The geopolitics of energy has been a defining feature of global politics for over a century. Control over energy resources, particularly oil and natural gas, has been a key factor in shaping alliances, conflicts, and international relations. The Middle East, with its vast oil reserves, has been a focal point of global energy politics, with major powers vying for influence in the region to secure access to these critical resources. The geopolitical significance of energy was starkly illustrated during the oil crisis of the 1970s, when oil embargoes by OPEC countries led to global economic shocks and heightened tensions between energy-producing and energy-consuming nations. The politics of energy also plays a crucial role in domestic governance. Energy policy is often the key issue in national politics, influencing everything from economic growth and job creation to environmental protection and social equity. Governments around the world must balance the competing demands of different stakeholders, including industry, consumers, environmental groups, and local communities, when formulating energy policy. Decisions about how to produce, distribute, and consume energy can have far-reaching implications for a country's economy, environment, and society. One of the most significant political challenges in the energy sector is the transition to renewable energy. The shift from fossil fuels to renewable energy sources is not just a technical and economic transformation, it is also a political one. It involves reallocating resources, restructuring industries, and changing the way energy is governed and regulated. This transition can be politically contentious, as it often disrupts established power structures and vested interests. For example, in countries that are heavily dependent on fossil fuel industries, such as coal mining or oil production, the move towards renewable energy can lead to economic dislocation and political resistance. Managing this transition in a way that is fair and just requires careful political negotiation and policy design. The politics of energy is also closely linked to issues of national security. Energy security, defined as the reliable and affordable supply of energy, is a key concern for governments around the world. Countries that are highly dependent on energy imports, particularly from politically unstable regions, are vulnerable to supply disruptions and price volatility. This has led many countries to pursue policies aimed at increasing energy independence, such as diversifying energy sources, investing in renewable energy, and developing domestic energy resources. Energy security concerns also drive international relations, with countries seeking to secure long-term energy supplies through bilateral agreements, strategic partnerships, and even military interventions. Climate change has added a new dimension to the politics of energy. The need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and transition to a low-carbon economy has become a central issue in global and national politics. International agreements, such as the Paris Agreement, have set ambitious targets for reducing emissions, but achieving these goals requires significant changes in energy production and consumption. This has led to political debates and conflicts over how best to achieve these targets, who should bear the costs of the transition, and how to ensure that the benefits are shared equitably. In many countries, the politics of energy is also shaped by public opinion and social movements. The growing awareness of climate change and environmental degradation has led to increased public demand for cleaner and more sustainable energy sources. This has been reflected in the rise of environmental movements, climate activism, and public protests against fossil fuel projects, such as pipelines and coal mines. Politicians and policymakers must navigate these social pressures when making energy decisions, balancing the need for economic growth and energy security with the demands for environmental protection and social justice. In conclusion, the interplay between energy, power, and politics is a complex and dynamic process that shapes the course of history and the future of our societies. Energy is not just a commodity to be traded or a resource to be managed. It is a source of power that influences political decisions, shapes international relations, and impacts the lives of billions of people. Understanding the political dimensions of energy is essential to navigating the challenges of the 21st century, from achieving energy security and sustainability to addressing climate change and promoting social equity. The choices we make in the energy sector today will determine the political and social landscape of tomorrow. Energy security is a critical aspect of national and international security, encompassing the availability, affordability, and reliability of energy supplies. As the lifeblood of modern economies, energy underpins virtually every aspect of daily life, from powering industries and transportation to heating homes and running communication networks. Ensuring a stable and secure supply of energy is essential for economic stability, national security, and the well-being of populations. One of the most significant advantages of renewable energy is its potential to enhance energy security. Unlike fossil fuels, which are subject to geopolitical tensions, price volatility, and supply disruptions, renewable energy sources are locally available and inexhaustible. By diversifying energy sources and reducing dependence on imported fuels, countries can enhance their energy independence and resilience. The transition to renewable energy also has important implications for social equity. Access to clean, affordable energy is essential for economic development and poverty alleviation. Renewable energy can bring electricity to remote and underserved communities, improving access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. Distributed renewable energy systems, such as solar panels and microgrids, can empower communities to take control of their energy needs, reducing reliance on centralized, often fossil fuel-based power systems. Despite the many benefits of renewable energy, the transition is not without challenges. Integrating renewable energy into existing power grids requires significant investment in infrastructure, including energy storage and grid modernization. The intermittent nature of some renewable sources, such as solar and wind, also presents challenges for maintaining a reliable energy supply. However, advances in energy storage technologies, such as batteries, and the development of smart grids are helping to address these challenges. As the world moves toward a low-carbon future, renewable energy will play an increasingly central role in the global energy landscape. The transition to renewable energy is not just about reducing carbon emissions, it is about building a more sustainable, equitable, and resilient energy system for the future. By harnessing the power of renewable energy, we have the opportunity to create a world where energy is not just a commodity to be consumed, but a force for positive change and sustainable development. Energy consumption has a profound impact on the environment, with far-reaching consequences for ecosystems, human health, and the planet's climate. The burning of fossil fuels, coal, oil, and natural gas has been the dominant source of energy for over a century, powering industrialization, transportation, and modern conveniences. However, this reliance on fossil fuels has come at a significant environmental cost, contributing to air and water pollution, habitat destruction, and most critically, climate change. One of the most visible environmental impacts of energy consumption is air pollution. The combustion of fossil fuels releases a range of harmful pollutants into the atmosphere, including carbon dioxide CO2, sulfur dioxide SO2, nitrogen oxides NOx, and particulate matter. These pollutants contribute to a range of environmental and health problems. For example, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides are precursors to acid rain, which can damage forests, lakes, and buildings. Particulate matter, which consists of tiny particles that can be inhaled, is linked to respiratory and cardiovascular diseases. The most significant environmental impact of energy consumption, however, is its contribution to climate change. The burning of fossil fuels is the primary source of CO2 emissions, the leading greenhouse gas responsible for global warming. Since the Industrial Revolution, the concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere has increased dramatically, leading to a rise in global temperatures. This warming has triggered a cascade of environmental effects, including melting polar ice caps, rising sea levels, more frequent and severe weather events, and shifts in ecosystems and species distributions. The environmental impact of energy consumption is not limited to the atmosphere. The extraction, processing, and transportation of fossil fuels also have significant environmental consequences. Oil spills, such as the Deepwater Horizon disaster in 2010, can cause catastrophic damage to marine and coastal ecosystems. Coal mining, particularly mountaintop removal mining, leads to the destruction of habitats, and the contamination of water sources with toxic chemicals. Natural gas extraction, particularly through hydraulic fracturing or fracking, can result in water contamination and the release of methane, a potent greenhouse gas. In addition to the direct environmental impacts, energy consumption also contributes to resource depletion. The extraction of fossil fuels requires significant amounts of water and land, often leading to conflicts over resource use and environmental degradation. As fossil fuel reserves become more difficult and expensive to access, the environmental costs of extraction are likely to increase. The environmental impact of energy consumption is a global challenge, but its effects are not evenly distributed. Low-income communities and developing countries often bear the brunt of the environmental and health impacts of fossil fuel consumption, despite contributing the least to global emissions. This inequity underscores the need for a just transition to sustainable energy systems that address both environmental and social concerns. The shift to renewable energy offers a pathway to reducing the environmental impact of energy consumption. Renewable energy sources, such as solar, wind, and hydropower, produce little to no greenhouse gas emissions during operation and have a much smaller environmental footprint compared to fossil fuels. However, the production and disposal of renewable energy technologies, such as solar panels and wind turbines, also have environmental impacts that must be managed. Addressing the environmental impact of energy consumption requires a multifaceted approach. This includes increasing energy efficiency, transitioning to renewable energy, and adopting sustainable practices in energy production and consumption. It also requires policies and regulations that internalize the environmental costs of energy use, such as carbon pricing and emission standards, to incentivize cleaner energy choices. The environmental impact of energy consumption is one of the most pressing challenges of our time. As the world seeks to balance the need for energy with the imperative to protect the environment, the choices we make today will determine the health and sustainability of our planet for future generations. Technological innovations in energy efficiency have become a critical component in the global effort to address climate change, reduce energy consumption, and improve economic competitiveness. As the demand for energy continues to rise, finding ways to use energy more efficiently has become essential to meeting the world's energy needs while minimizing environmental impact. Energy efficiency is not just about reducing energy use, it is about making smarter use of the energy we consume, enabling us to do more with less. One of the most significant areas of technological innovation in energy efficiency is in the building sector. Buildings account for a substantial portion of global energy consumption, primarily for heating, cooling, lighting, and appliances. Advances in building materials, design, and technology have led to the development of energy-efficient buildings that consume significantly less energy than traditional structures. For example, the use of high-performance insulation, energy-efficient windows, and smart building systems can reduce heating and cooling energy requirements by up to 50%. Additionally, the integration of renewable energy sources, such as solar panels, into building designs can further reduce reliance on grid energy. Another key area of innovation is in the transportation sector. Transportation is a major consumer of energy, particularly in the form of fossil fuels. Technological advancements in vehicle design, engine efficiency, and alternative fuels have led to significant improvements in fuel efficiency and reductions in greenhouse gas emissions. Electric vehicles, EVs, are a prime example of how innovation is transforming the transportation sector. EVs are not only more energy efficient than traditional internal combustion engine vehicles, but they also produce zero tailpipe emissions, contributing to cleaner air and reduced carbon footprints. The development of more efficient batteries and charging infrastructure is further enhancing the viability and adoption of EVs. In the industrial sector, energy efficiency innovations are helping to reduce energy consumption in manufacturing processes, which are traditionally energy intensive. The adoption of advanced manufacturing technologies, such as automation, artificial intelligence, and the Internet of Things (IoT), is enabling more precise control of energy use in industrial processes. For example, smart sensors and control systems can optimize energy use in real time, reducing waste and improving overall efficiency. Additionally, innovations in materials science, such as the development of lightweight and high-strength materials, are contributing to more energy-efficient manufacturing and product design. Energy efficiency is also being enhanced through innovations in energy storage and grid management. The ability to store energy efficiently is crucial for integrating renewable energy sources, such as solar and wind, which are intermittent in nature. Advances in battery technology, particularly in lithium-ion and solid-state batteries, are improving energy storage capacity and efficiency, making it easier to balance supply and demand on the grid. Smart grid technologies, which use digital communication and automation to optimize energy distribution, are also playing a key role in improving energy efficiency. These technologies allow for better demand response, reducing peak energy use, and preventing energy waste. The role of policy and regulation in driving technological innovation in energy efficiency cannot be overstated. Governments around the world are implementing energy efficiency standards and incentives to encourage the adoption of energy-efficient technologies. For example, energy efficiency labeling programs, such as Energy Star, provide consumers with information on the energy performance of products, enabling them to make more informed choices. Similarly, building codes and vehicle fuel efficiency standards set minimum requirements for energy performance, pushing manufacturers to innovate and improve their products. While technological innovations in energy efficiency have made significant strides, there is still much work to be done. Continued research and development are needed to push the boundaries of what is possible, particularly in areas such as energy storage, smart grids, and next-generation building materials. Additionally, the widespread adoption of energy-efficient technologies will require concerted efforts to overcome barriers such as cost, lack of awareness, and resistance to change. Technological innovations in energy efficiency are a powerful tool in the quest for a more sustainable and resilient energy future. By making smarter use of energy, we can reduce our environmental impact, lower energy costs, and enhance energy security. The challenge and opportunity now lie in accelerating the pace of innovation and ensuring that the benefits of energy efficiency are realized on a global scale. The distribution of energy resources across the globe is a complex and often inequitable phenomenon, with profound implications for economic development, social equity, and global stability. Access to reliable and affordable energy is a fundamental driver of development, enabling economic growth, improving quality of life, and supporting essential services such as healthcare and education. However, the disparities in global energy distribution highlight significant challenges in achieving energy equity, where all individuals and communities have fair access to the energy they need. Historically, energy resources have been unevenly distributed, both geographically and socioeconomically. Fossil fuels, which have been the dominant source of energy for over a century, are concentrated in specific regions of the world. For example, the Middle East holds the largest proven reserves of oil, while Russia and the United States have significant natural gas reserves. This geographical concentration of energy resources has led to disparities in energy access and has been a source of geopolitical tension and conflict. In many parts of the world, particularly in developing countries, access to modern energy services remains limited. According to the International Energy Agency, EI, as of 2020, approximately 777 million people worldwide still lacked access to electricity, and over 2.6 billion people relied on traditional biomass, such as wood or charcoal, for cooking. These energy deficits are most acute in sub-Saharan Africa and parts of Asia, where lack of access to electricity and clean cooking solutions hinders economic development and perpetuates poverty. The inequitable distribution of energy resources is not only a matter of geography but also of economic disparity. Even within countries, there are significant differences in energy access and consumption between urban and rural areas and between wealthy and low-income populations. In many cases, the poorest and most marginalized communities are the least likely to have access to reliable energy services, exacerbating social inequalities and limiting opportunities for economic advancement. The transition to renewable energy offers a potential pathway to addressing some of these disparities in global energy distribution. Unlike fossil fuels, renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydro are more widely distributed and can be harnessed locally. One of the most promising aspects of renewable energy in terms of equity is its potential to provide energy access to off-grid and rural communities. Distributed renewable energy systems, such as solar home systems, mini-grids, and small-scale wind turbines, can be deployed in areas where extending the central electricity grid is not feasible or cost-effective. These systems enable communities to generate their own power, often at a lower cost than traditional fossil fuel-based energy, and with minimal environmental impact. This approach not only enhances energy access, but also empowers communities by giving them greater control over their energy resources. The concept of energy security is traditionally focused on the availability of fossil fuels, particularly oil and natural gas. Countries that are heavily dependent on energy imports are vulnerable to supply disruptions, whether due to geopolitical conflicts, natural disasters, or market volatility. For example, during the oil crisis of the 1970s, the sudden reduction in oil supplies led to severe economic shocks, highlighting the risks of over-reliance on imported energy. In response, many countries have sought to diversify their energy sources, develop strategic reserves, and invest in domestic energy production to reduce their dependence on foreign energy supplies. Energy security is also closely linked to the reliability of energy infrastructure. The energy supply chain, from production and processing to transmission and distribution, is complex and interconnected. Disruptions at any point in this chain can have cascading effects, leading to energy shortages, price spikes, and economic disruption. For example, natural disasters such as hurricanes or earthquakes can damage critical energy infrastructure, such as oil refineries, pipelines, or power plants, leading to prolonged outages and significant economic losses. Ensuring the resilience of energy infrastructure is therefore a key component of energy security. In recent years, the concept of energy security has expanded to include the transition to renewable energy and the risks associated with climate change. As the world moves towards a low-carbon energy system, ensuring a stable and secure supply of energy during this transition is a major challenge. Renewable energy sources such as solar and wind are inherently variable depending on weather conditions and geographic location. This variability can pose challenges for grid stability and energy reliability, particularly in regions that rely heavily on intermittent renewable energy sources. Advances in energy storage, grid management, and demand response are critical to addressing these challenges and ensuring that renewable energy can provide a secure and reliable energy supply. Climate change also poses significant risks to energy security. Rising temperatures, changing precipitation patterns, and more frequent and severe weather events can disrupt energy production, transmission, and distribution. For example, heat waves can reduce the efficiency of power plants and increase energy demand for cooling, while droughts can reduce the availability of water for hydropower and cooling in thermal power plants. Sea level rise and extreme weather events can damage coastal energy infrastructure, such as oil refineries, natural gas terminals, and offshore wind farms. Addressing the impacts of climate change on energy security requires not only reducing greenhouse gas emissions, but also adapting energy infrastructure to withstand the changing climate. Energy security is also a key consideration in international relations. Access to energy resources is a major driver of geopolitical tensions and conflicts, particularly in regions that are rich in energy resources but politically unstable. For example, control over oil and natural gas resources has been a central issue in many conflicts in the Middle East, while disputes over access to energy resources in the South China Sea have heightened tensions in Asia. Ensuring energy security often involves complex negotiations and alliances as countries seek to secure long-term energy supplies while managing geopolitical risks. In addition to these traditional concerns, the transition to renewable energy is creating new dimensions of energy security. The shift away from fossil fuels is leading to changes in global energy trade patterns, with some countries that have historically been major energy exporters, such as those in the Middle East, facing economic challenges as demand for their fossil fuel resources declines. At the same time, the growing demand for critical minerals, such as lithium, cobalt, and rare earth elements, which are essential for renewable energy technologies and batteries, is creating new dependencies and potential vulnerabilities. Ensuring the secure and sustainable supply of these critical minerals is becoming an increasingly important aspect of energy security. In conclusion, energy security is a multifaceted and evolving concept that is essential for the stability and prosperity of nations and the global community. Ensuring a secure, reliable, and sustainable supply of energy is a complex challenge that requires coordinated efforts across multiple sectors and scales, from local energy infrastructure to global energy markets. As the world transitions to a more sustainable energy system, addressing the risks and opportunities associated with energy security will be critical to achieving a stable, resilient, and equitable energy future. The intricate relationship between energy and power has been a driving force behind human civilization, shaping societies, economies, and geopolitics throughout history. As we navigate the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century, this relationship remains as critical as ever, demanding our careful consideration and action. The evolution of energy sources from muscle and fire to fossil fuels and renewables has been a testament to human ingenuity and adaptation. However, this progress has come with significant environmental and social costs, particularly in the form of climate change and global inequities in energy access. As we transition to renewable energy, we face the dual challenge of reducing our carbon footprint while ensuring that the benefits of this transition are distributed equitably across all populations and regions. Technological innovations in energy efficiency and renewable energy are paving the way for a more sustainable future, offering economic opportunities and enhancing energy security. Yet, the complexities of energy economics, the interplay of energy and politics, and the imperative of energy security underscore the need for thoughtful policies and international cooperation. The shift to a low-carbon, equitable energy system is not just a technical or economic endeavor, it is also a deeply political, and social process that will require careful management of competing interests and a commitment to justice and inclusivity. As we look to the future, the choices we make about how we produce, distribute, and consume energy will shape not only our economies and environments, but also the fabric of our societies. By harnessing the power of renewable energy and embracing energy efficiency, we have the opportunity to build a more resilient, equitable, and sustainable world. It is imperative that we act with wisdom, foresight, and a sense of shared responsibility, ensuring that the energy we rely on today and tomorrow serves the needs of all people, while preserving the planet for future generations. In a world filled with competition, comparison, and constant evaluation, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or overshadowed by others. But today I want to remind you of a fundamental truth: you are the best, and no one is better than you. This isn't a call to arrogance, but rather a declaration of confidence. It's about recognizing the unique qualities, talents, and strengths that you alone possess. It's about stepping into every situation with the mindset that you bring something invaluable to the table, something that no one else can replicate. When you act as if you are the best, you align your actions with your highest potential. You stop doubting your capabilities, you seize opportunities with both hands, and you lead with conviction and purpose. It's not about belittling others, it's about lifting yourself up to the standard you deserve. So let us begin this journey with the understanding that each one of us is a masterpiece in progress. And in that progress lies the power to be the very best version of ourselves in every moment, in every endeavor. Embracing your uniqueness is the first step in realizing your full potential. Every individual possesses a combination of traits, skills, and experiences that are entirely their own. Understanding and appreciating what makes you different allows you to stand out and bring something fresh and valuable to the world. When you fully embrace who you are, you start to see your uniqueness not as a limitation, but as a strength that sets you apart from the rest. Cultivating self-confidence is essential in embodying the belief that you are the best. Confidence doesn't come from external validation, but from a deep, internal understanding of your worth and abilities. It's about trusting yourself, your decisions, and your path, even when faced with challenges. Confidence acts as a catalyst that propels you forward, allowing you to take risks and seize opportunities with a sense of assurance. Setting high standards for yourself ensures that you are constantly striving for excellence. When you set the bar high, you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, which is where true growth happens. High standards compel you to put in the necessary effort and dedication to achieve your goals, leaving no room for mediocrity. It's a mindset that encourages continuous improvement and a relentless pursuit of your best self. Visualizing success daily is a powerful tool for manifesting your goals. By imagining your achievements as already realized, you train your mind to focus on the end result and the steps required to get there. Visualization helps in reinforcing your belief in your abilities and keeps you motivated and driven, even when obstacles arise. It aligns your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the outcome you desire. Challenging your limits is crucial in pushing beyond what you think is possible. It's easy to stay within the confines of what's comfortable, but true greatness is achieved when you dare to step outside those boundaries. By consistently testing your limits, you discover new capabilities and expand your potential. This mindset fosters resilience and adaptability, traits that are vital in navigating the complexities of life. Rejecting comparisons with others is necessary for maintaining focus on your own journey. It's natural to look at others' achievements, but doing so can often lead to unnecessary self-doubt and a diminished sense of self-worth. Instead, concentrate on your progress and celebrate your milestones, no matter how small. Remember that everyone's path is different, and comparing yourself to others can distract you from your unique purpose and direction. Mastering your craft is about dedicating yourself to becoming the best in what you do. It requires discipline, practice, and a commitment to continuous learning. Mastery is not achieved overnight. It's a result of consistent effort and a willingness to improve over time. When you master your craft, you not only enhance your skills, but also build a reputation for excellence that sets you apart from the crowd. Leading with conviction means acting with purpose and confidence in your decisions. It involves standing by your principles and values, even when it's difficult. Leadership is not just about guiding others, it's about inspiring them through your actions and decisions. When you lead with conviction, you earn respect and trust, which are essential in influencing and motivating others. Practicing resilience is key in overcoming setbacks and challenges. Life is full of obstacles, but it's how you respond to them that determines your success. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, learn from your experiences, and continue moving forward. It's about maintaining a positive outlook and refusing to give up, no matter how tough the situation may be. Finally, celebrating your progress is crucial for maintaining motivation and a positive mindset. It's important to acknowledge and appreciate how far you've come, even if you haven't yet reached your ultimate goal. Celebrating your achievements, no matter how small, helps to build momentum and reinforces the belief that you are on the right path. It's a reminder that you are making progress, and that in itself is a testament to your efforts and capabilities. Embracing your uniqueness is about recognizing and valuing the qualities that make you who you are. In a world where conformity often feels safer, it can be tempting to downplay what sets you apart. However, true success and fulfillment come from embracing the very traits, experiences, and perspectives that make you different from everyone else. Your uniqueness is your competitive edge. It's what allows you to bring something new and valuable to the table. When you embrace your uniqueness, you start to see your individuality not as something to be hidden, but as something to be celebrated. This mindset shift allows you to approach challenges with a fresh perspective, often leading to innovative solutions that others might overlook. Moreover, embracing who you are helps to build a strong sense of self-worth and confidence. You stop trying to fit into molds that weren't designed for you and start creating your own path, one that is aligned with your true self. Ultimately, embracing your uniqueness is about owning your story, your strengths, your quirks, your journey, and understanding that these are the very things that make you irreplaceable. It's about standing tall in your authenticity and using it as the foundation for all that you do. Cultivating self-confidence is an essential aspect of becoming the best version of yourself. Confidence is not something that happens overnight. It's a quality built through experience, self-awareness, and consistent self-affirmation. It begins with understanding your worth and abilities, knowing that you are capable of achieving great things. This internal belief system acts as a foundation for your actions, guiding you through challenges and enabling you to take on opportunities that might otherwise seem daunting. When you cultivate self-confidence, you start to trust your decisions more, even in the face of uncertainty. You stop second-guessing yourself and begin to act with a sense of certainty and purpose. This confidence doesn't mean you won't encounter failure or setbacks, but it does mean that you'll be better equipped to handle them, learning and growing from each experience rather than being defeated by it. Additionally, self-confidence is contagious. When you believe in yourself, others are more likely to believe in you too. It helps in building stronger relationships, both personally and professionally, as people are naturally drawn to those who exude assurance and poise. Ultimately, self-confidence is about knowing your value and not being afraid to show it to the world. Setting high standards for yourself is a powerful way to ensure you are constantly pushing towards excellence. It involves creating a personal benchmark that demands the best of you in every situation, whether it's in your work, your relationships, or your personal growth. High standards are not about perfectionism, they are about striving to do your best in all circumstances. By setting these standards, you create a mindset that refuses to settle for mediocrity. You challenge yourself to go beyond the bare minimum and reach for something greater. High standards also serve as a motivator, driving you to put in the extra effort needed to achieve your goals. When you expect more from yourself, you naturally push your limits, and this is where true growth occurs. This approach can be demanding, but is also incredibly rewarding. Over time, maintaining high standards can lead to a consistent pattern of excellence, helping you to build a reputation for quality and reliability. It's about being your toughest critic and biggest supporter at the same time, constantly pushing yourself to improve, while also acknowledging and celebrating your achievements along the way. Visualizing success daily is a powerful practice that aligns your mindset with your goals. The act of visualizing involves imagining yourself achieving your desired outcomes, feeling the emotions of success, and experiencing the benefits of reaching your goals. This mental exercise trains your brain to focus on what you want to achieve, rather than what you fear or want to avoid. By consistently visualizing success, you create a clear picture of your goals, which helps to keep you motivated and focused. Visualization also works on a subconscious level, influencing your beliefs and actions in subtle but significant ways. When you see yourself succeeding in your mind, you start to believe in the possibility of that success, and this belief influences your behavior. You become more proactive, more willing to take risks, and more resilient in the face of challenges. Additionally, visualization helps to clarify your goals, making them more tangible and attainable. It's easier to work towards something when you have a clear vision of what it looks like. Over time, this practice can lead to greater confidence and determination, helping you to turn your dreams into reality. Challenging your limits is essential for growth and self-discovery. It's easy to become comfortable with what you know and what you can do, but staying within your comfort zone often leads to stagnation. True progress comes from pushing beyond those boundaries, testing your capabilities, and exploring new possibilities. When you challenge your limits, you stretch your skills and expand your potential. You discover strengths you didn't know you had and develop resilience that will serve you in future challenges. This process of pushing beyond what you think is possible can be uncomfortable and even daunting at times, but it's also incredibly rewarding. Each time you overcome a challenge, you gain a deeper understanding of your abilities and a stronger sense of self-confidence. Moreover, challenging your limits helps to build mental toughness and adaptability, qualities that are essential in navigating the uncertainties of life. It's about not settling for what is, but always striving for what could be. By continually challenging yourself, you keep growing, learning, and evolving, which ultimately leads to a more fulfilling and accomplished life. Rejecting comparisons with others is crucial for maintaining a healthy sense of self-worth and staying focused on your own journey. In today's world, where social media and other platforms often encourage constant comparison, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring your success against others. However, this mindset can lead to unnecessary self-doubt, dissatisfaction, and a diminished sense of your own achievements. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you allow yourself to focus on your own goals, progress, and growth. Everyone's journey is unique, with its own set of challenges, opportunities, and timelines. What works for someone else might not work for you, and that's perfectly okay. By focusing on your path, you can set goals that are aligned with your values and aspirations, rather than trying to live up to someone else's standards. Rejecting comparisons also helps to cultivate gratitude and contentment, as you start to appreciate your own progress and the efforts you put in. It's about recognizing that your value is not determined by how you stack up against others, but by how true you are to yourself and your own journey. Mastering your craft is about dedicating yourself to becoming the best at what you do. This commitment requires a deep focus on developing your skills, gaining knowledge, and consistently improving your performance. Mastery doesn't happen overnight. It's a result of years of practice, learning and refining your abilities. It's about being passionate and disciplined, putting in the hours to hone your craft to a level of excellence. To master your craft, you need to approach it with a mindset of continuous learning. This means being open to feedback, seeking out new knowledge, and always looking for ways to improve. It's about pushing the boundaries of what you know and constantly challenging yourself to reach new levels of proficiency. Mastering your craft also involves a deep sense of commitment and perseverance. There will be times when progress seems slow or obstacles appear insurmountable, but it's during these moments that your dedication to your craft is truly tested. Over time, this relentless pursuit of excellence will not only enhance your skills, but also build a reputation for quality and expertise in your field. Leading with conviction means approaching every situation with a clear sense of purpose and confidence in your decisions. It involves having a strong belief in your values and principles and standing by them, even in the face of opposition or difficulty. When you lead with conviction, you inspire others through your commitment and determination. People are drawn to leaders who are sure of themselves and their direction, as this confidence instills trust and motivates others to follow. Leading with conviction also means being decisive and willing to take responsibility for your actions. It's about making choices that align with your values and being prepared to stand by those decisions, no matter the outcome. This type of leadership requires courage, as it often involves making tough decisions and standing firm in your beliefs, even when it's not the popular choice. However, it's this steadfastness that ultimately earns you respect and credibility. Leading with conviction is not just about guiding others, it's about setting an example through your actions, showing others the importance of integrity, commitment, and staying true to oneself. Practicing resilience is a critical skill for navigating life's inevitable challenges. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to difficult circumstances, and keep moving forward, even when things get tough. It's about maintaining a positive outlook and refusing to let obstacles derail your progress. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are a natural part of any journey. However, it's your response to these setbacks that determines your ultimate success. Resilience involves developing a mindset that views challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. It's about learning from your experiences, both good and bad, and using those lessons to strengthen your resolve. This mental toughness allows you to stay focused on your goals, even when the path becomes difficult. Practicing resilience also involves self-care and maintaining a strong support network. It's important to take care of your physical and mental well-being so that you have the strength and energy to face challenges head-on. Over time, as you overcome obstacles and continue to push forward, your resilience will become one of your greatest assets, enabling you to achieve your goals despite any difficulties you may encounter. Celebrating your progress is an essential part of maintaining motivation and a positive mindset on your journey towards success. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of your ultimate goals, often overlooking the small victories and milestones along the way. However, taking the time to acknowledge and celebrate these achievements is crucial for sustaining your drive and enthusiasm. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a sign of progress and deserves to be recognized. Celebrating your progress helps to build momentum, reinforcing the belief that you are on the right track and capable of achieving your goals. It also serves as a reminder of how far you've come, boosting your confidence and encouraging you to keep pushing forward. This practice is not just about rewarding yourself, it's about fostering a positive and appreciative mindset. When you take the time to celebrate your successes, you cultivate a sense of gratitude for your efforts and the journey itself. This positivity can carry you through the more challenging times, providing the motivation you need to keep moving towards your goals. In this journey of self-empowerment and personal growth, it is vital to remember that you are the architect of your own life. Each of the key principles discussed, embracing your uniqueness, cultivating self-confidence, setting high standards, visualizing success, challenging your limits, rejecting comparisons, mastering your craft, leading with conviction, practicing resilience, and celebrating progress forms the foundation upon which you can build a life of purpose, excellence, and fulfillment. Embracing your uniqueness is the cornerstone of this foundation. When you understand and appreciate what makes you different, you unlock a world of possibilities that are uniquely yours. Your individuality is not a barrier to success, but a bridge to opportunities that others may not see or be able to access. By fully accepting and celebrating your uniqueness, you allow yourself to stand out in a crowded world, offering something that no one else can. This realization is the first step in building the confidence needed to navigate the complexities of life with assurance and clarity. Cultivating self-confidence is the natural progression from embracing your uniqueness. Once you recognize your value, the next step is to believe in it wholeheartedly. Confidence is not about being the loudest or most assertive person in the room. It is about having a quiet, unshakable belief in your abilities and worth. This internal confidence acts as a guiding light, helping you to make decisions with conviction, take risks when necessary, and bounce back from setbacks with resilience. It is the driving force that propels you towards your goals, regardless of the challenges that may arise along the way. Setting high standards for yourself is a reflection of this confidence. When you hold yourself to a higher standard, you demand more from yourself in every aspect of life. This is not about perfectionism, but about striving for excellence in all that you do. High standards push you to go beyond the ordinary, to stretch your abilities, and to achieve things that others might deem impossible. By consistently setting and meeting these standards, you cultivate a sense of pride and accomplishment that fuels your ongoing growth and development. Visualizing success is a powerful tool that aligns your mindset with your ambitions. When you consistently picture yourself achieving your goals, you create a mental roadmap that guides your actions and decisions. Visualization helps you to focus on the positive outcomes you desire, rather than getting bogged down by potential obstacles or failures. This practice not only keeps you motivated, but also helps to clarify your goals, making them more tangible and achievable. By regularly visualizing success, you condition your mind to expect and work towards positive outcomes, making it more likely that you will achieve them. Challenging your limits is an essential part of this process. It is easy to stay within the confines of what is comfortable and familiar, but true growth occurs when you push beyond those boundaries. By continually challenging yourself, you discover new strengths, develop resilience, and expand your potential. This mindset of pushing your limits encourages you to take on new challenges, learn new skills, and explore uncharted territories. It is through this process that you truly discover what you are capable of, and in doing so, you lay the groundwork for continued success and personal fulfillment. Rejecting comparisons with others is critical to maintaining focus on your own journey. In a world where social media and constant connectivity can lead to endless comparisons, it is important to remember that everyone's path is different. Comparing yourself to others can lead to unnecessary self-doubt and detract from your own achievements. Instead, focus on your progress, your goals, and your unique journey. By rejecting comparisons, you free yourself from the pressures of living up to someone else's standards, and instead concentrate on becoming the best version of yourself. Mastering your craft is about committing to excellence in whatever you do. It involves a deep dedication to continuous learning, practice, and improvement. Mastery is not achieved overnight. It is the result of years of hard work, discipline, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. By dedicating yourself to mastering your craft, you not only enhance your skills, but also build a reputation for quality and expertise. This commitment to excellence sets you apart from others and positions you as a leader in your field. Leading with conviction is the next step in this journey. When you have a clear sense of purpose and confidence in your decisions, you naturally inspire others to follow. Leadership is not just about guiding others, it is about setting an example through your actions and decisions. Leading with conviction means standing by your principles and values, even in the face of opposition or difficulty. This type of leadership earns respect and trust, both of which are essential in influencing and motivating others. Practicing resilience is a crucial aspect of maintaining momentum in the face of challenges. Life is full of obstacles, and how you respond to them determines your ultimate success. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, learn from experiences, and keep moving forward. It is about maintaining a positive outlook and refusing to let challenges derail your progress. Resilience is developed over time through experience and perseverance, and it becomes one of your greatest assets as you navigate the ups and downs of life. Finally, celebrating your progress is vital for sustaining motivation and a positive mindset. It is easy to focus solely on the end goal, but it is important to recognize and appreciate the small victories along the way. Every step forward is a sign of progress and deserves to be celebrated. By taking the time to acknowledge your achievements, you reinforce the belief that you are on the right track and capable of reaching your goals. This practice of celebrating progress helps to build momentum and maintain a positive and appreciative mindset, which is essential for long-term success. In conclusion, these principles are not just abstract ideas, but practical strategies that, when applied consistently, can transform your life. Embracing your uniqueness, cultivating self-confidence, setting high standards, visualizing success, challenging your limits, rejecting comparisons, mastering your craft, leading with conviction, practicing resilience, and celebrating progress are all interconnected elements that contribute to your overall growth and success. Each principle builds upon the others, creating a holistic approach to personal and professional development. As you embark on this journey, remember that it is a continuous process. Growth and self-improvement are lifelong pursuits, and there will always be new challenges to face and new goals to achieve. However, by adhering to these principles, you equip yourself with the tools and mindset necessary to navigate this journey with confidence and purpose. Ultimately, the journey to becoming the best version of yourself is deeply personal. It is about discovering who you are, what you are capable of, and what you want to achieve. It is about setting your own standards, following your own path, and defining success on your own terms. By committing to this journey, you not only unlock your full potential, but also create a life that is rich in purpose, fulfillment, and joy. So as you move forward, take these principles to heart. Embrace your uniqueness with pride. Cultivate the self-confidence that comes from knowing your worth. Set high standards and strive for excellence in all that you do. Visualize your success and work towards it with determination. Challenge your limits and push beyond what you think is possible. Reject comparisons and focus on your own journey. Master your craft and commit to continuous learning and improvement. Lead with conviction and inspire others through your actions. Practice resilience and bounce back stronger from setbacks. And most importantly, celebrate your progress and appreciate every step of your journey. By living these principles every day, you set yourself on a path to greatness. You become the best version of yourself, not because you are better than others, but because you are fully embracing who you are and all that you have to offer. In doing so, you not only achieve success, but also find fulfillment, meaning, and joy in the process. This is the essence of living a life of purpose and excellence, a life where you are truly the best, and no one is better than you. Today we gather with hearts open and spirits willing, united by a common pursuit, the desire to understand and harness the power of prayer and affirmation in our lives. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, we search for stability, for something that can anchor us amidst the storm. And it is in this search that we discover the profound impact that prayer and affirmation can have, not just as abstract concepts, but as tangible forces that shape our reality. Prayer, at its core, is a dialogue, a conversation between the human soul and the divine. It transcends mere words and enters the realm of the spirit, where intentions, desires, and emotions merge with the universal energy that binds us all. When we pray, we are not just speaking into the void, we are aligning our inner selves with a greater purpose, a higher calling. We are, in essence, tuning into a frequency that connects us to the very source of life. Prayer is not merely a ritual, it is a powerful tool that has the capacity to transform not only
Affirmations,
our
on the other hand,
also our very being. Are declarations of truth that we speak into existence. They are not just hopeful statements, they are powerful affirmations of what we believe to be possible. When we affirm something, we are planting seeds in the fertile soil of our subconscious mind, nurturing them with the water of belief and the sunlight of expectation. These seeds grow into the reality we experience, shaping our thoughts, our actions, and ultimately our destiny. But what happens when we combine these two forces, prayer and affirmation? When we pray with intention and affirm with conviction, we create a synergy that amplifies their individual power. Prayer aligns us with the divine will, and affirmation directs that divine energy towards specific outcomes. Together, they become a force that can move mountains, that can break through barriers, that can bring about the miraculous. In our gathering today, we are not just here to discuss these concepts in theory, we are here to explore how they can be applied in our daily lives. We will delve into the practical aspects of prayer and affirmation, learning how to use them as tools to navigate the challenges we face, to overcome obstacles, and to manifest the desires of our hearts. We will explore how prayer can provide us with guidance and clarity, and how affirmations can keep us focused and motivated on our journey. As we embark on this journey together, let us approach it with open minds and receptive hearts. Let us be willing to step beyond the limitations of our current understanding and embrace the possibilities that lie ahead. For in doing so, we tap into a power that is greater than ourselves, a power that has the potential to change our lives in ways we have yet to imagine. In the realm of spiritual practice, the idea of connection with the divine is foundational to understanding the power of prayer. This connection transcends the physical world and reaches into the spiritual, where the limitations of time, space, and material existence no longer apply. When we speak of connecting with the divine, we are referring to a relationship that goes beyond religious rituals or doctrines. It is a profound and personal interaction with the source of all creation. At its essence, this connection is about aligning oneself with the infinite, the eternal presence that many believe governs the universe. This presence is often referred to as God, the Creator, or the universal consciousness, depending on one's spiritual or religious framework. Regardless of the name, the concept remains the same. There is a higher power that is intimately involved in the workings of the world and the lives of individuals. Prayer serves as the bridge between the human experience and this divine presence. It is through prayer that we reach out seeking guidance, comfort, and support. But prayer is not a one-way street. It is not merely about presenting our needs or desires to a distant deity. It is about opening ourselves up to receive the wisdom, love, and energy that the divine offers. This exchange is what deepens our connection, making it more than just a ritual, but rather a transformative encounter. The act of prayer, when done with sincerity and openness, allows us to tap into a source of power and wisdom that is beyond our human capacity. It is in these moments of prayer that we find clarity in confusion, strength in weakness, and hope in despair. This is because the connection with the divine is not bound by our human limitations. It operates on a level that surpasses our understanding, where possibilities are endless and miracles can occur. Moreover, this connection is not confined to moments of formal prayer. It can be nurtured throughout our daily lives as we cultivate an awareness of the divine presence in all that we do. Whether through quiet meditation, gratitude, or simply acknowledging the beauty of the world around us, we can maintain and strengthen this connection. The more we do so, the more we begin to see the hand of the divine in our lives, guiding us, protecting us, and leading us toward our highest good. Through this connection, we also come to understand our true nature. We realize that we are not separate from the divine, but are, in fact, an expression of it. This realization can be life-changing, as it shifts our perspective from seeing ourselves as mere mortals bound by the physical world to understanding ourselves as spiritual beings with access to infinite potential. This awareness empowers us to live with purpose, to make choices that align with our higher self, and to contribute positively to the world around us. Connecting with the divine through prayer is therefore a deeply transformative practice. It reshapes our understanding of who we are and what we are capable of. It moves us from a place of isolation and fear to one of unity, and love, where we are supported by a power far greater than our own. This connection is the foundation upon which the power of prayer rests, enabling us to navigate the challenges of life with grace, wisdom, and strength. Aligning our intentions through prayer is a powerful and essential aspect of spiritual practice. At its core, this alignment is about bringing our thoughts, desires, and actions into harmony with the will of the divine or the universal flow of life. When our intentions are aligned with this higher purpose, we tap into a source of energy and guidance that not only propels us forward but also ensures that our efforts are in sync with a larger, more meaningful plan. Intentions are the driving force behind our actions. They shape our decisions, influence our behavior, and determine the outcomes we experience. However, not all intentions are created equal. Some may be rooted in fear, greed, or selfishness, while others stem from love, compassion, and a desire for the greater good. When we align our intentions with the divine, we elevate them from the realm of personal desires to a higher plane where they resonate with universal truth and wisdom. This process of alignment begins with self-reflection and prayer. Through prayer, we seek clarity on what truly matters and what aligns with our highest values and purpose. It is a time to quiet the noise of the external world and listen to the inner voice that speaks to us from a place of deep knowing. In this stillness, we can discern whether our intentions are coming from a place of ego or from a place of genuine connection to something greater than ourselves. When we pray with aligned intentions, we are not merely asking for our desires to be fulfilled, we are seeking to understand and embrace the divine will for our lives. This does not mean that our personal desires are irrelevant or unimportant, but rather that they are refined and elevated through this alignment process. As we align our intentions, we may find that some desires fall away, replaced by a deeper yearning for what truly serves our growth, well-being, and contribution to the world. This alignment also brings about a sense of peace and trust. When we know that our intentions are in harmony with the divine, we can move forward with confidence, knowing that we are supported by a force greater than ourselves. Challenges and obstacles that once seemed insurmountable become opportunities for growth and learning as we trust that they are part of the divine plan for our evolution. This trust allows us to release the need for control and surrender to the flow of life, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Furthermore, aligning our intentions with the divine does not mean relinquishing our power or agency. On the contrary, it empowers us to act with greater clarity, purpose, and effectiveness. When our intentions are aligned, we are not pushing against the current of life, but are moving with it, supported by a momentum that carries us toward our goals with greater ease and grace. This alignment creates a synergy between our personal will and the divine will, resulting in actions that are not only powerful, but also aligned with the highest good for all involved. Ultimately, the power of aligning our intentions through prayer lies in the harmony it creates between our inner world and the outer world. It bridges the gap between what we desire and what is destined for us, allowing us to live in a state of flow and fulfillment. By aligning our intentions, we become co-creators with the divine, participating in the unfolding of a reality that is rich with meaning, purpose, and divine grace. The transformative power of prayer lies in its ability to change not just our inner state, but also the circumstances around us. When we pray with intention and faith, we are engaging in a profound act of co-creation with the divine. This process is not about magically altering the world to fit our desires, but rather about aligning ourselves with a higher will and allowing that divine energy to flow through us, effecting change in our lives and the world around us. Prayer transforms circumstances by first transforming us. It shifts our perspective, helping us to see challenges as opportunities for growth and difficulties as lessons to be learned. When we pray, we open ourselves up to new possibilities, allowing our minds to move beyond the limitations of fear, doubt, or negativity. This mental and emotional shift often leads to inspired actions that can change the course of events in our lives. Moreover, prayer taps into a universal energy that has the power to influence the material world. Countless testimonies throughout history of prayers answered in seemingly miraculous ways, illnesses healed, relationships restored, and unforeseen opportunities arising. While the mechanisms of how this works may remain a mystery, what is clear is that prayer has the power to bring about change, not only within us, but also in the world around us. In essence, the transformative power of prayer is a testament to the interconnectedness of all things. When we pray, we are not merely petitioning a distant deity, we are activating a force that flows through all of existence. This force, when aligned with our sincere intentions, has the capacity to reshape reality, bringing about outcomes that are in harmony with the divine plan and our highest good. The power of words and belief is central to the practice of both prayer and affirmation. Words are not just sounds or symbols, they carry energy and intention that can shape our reality. When we speak words in prayer or through affirmations, we are essentially programming our minds and influencing the world around us. This is because words, when spoken with belief, have the ability to affect our thoughts, emotions, and actions, which in turn influence the outcomes we experience in life. Moreover, the words we use in prayer and affirmation serve as a direct communication with the divine or the universal consciousness. They are a way of expressing our deepest desires, fears, and hopes. When infused with belief, these words become potent tools for transformation. They not only shape our internal world, but also send out vibrations that can influence the external world. The power of words and belief is why many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of speaking with intention and maintaining faith in the outcomes we seek. In essence, the combination of words and belief in prayer and affirmation is a dynamic force that can create real change. It's a reminder that we are co-creators of our reality, and by carefully choosing our words and holding strong beliefs, we can align ourselves with the divine energy that shapes our lives. The synergy of prayer and affirmation is a powerful combination that amplifies the effects of each practice. While prayer connects us with the divine, seeking guidance, support, and alignment with a higher will, affirmations are declarations that shape our mindset and direct our focus towards specific outcomes. When these two practices are combined, they create a holistic approach to manifesting change in our lives. Prayer sets the foundation by aligning our intentions with the divine or universal energy. It allows us to express our deepest desires and concerns, inviting a higher power to guide us. This connection brings clarity and a sense of purpose, ensuring that our intentions are not just driven by personal desires, but are also in harmony with a greater plan. Affirmations, on the other hand, reinforce the intention set divine in prayer by consistently reminding us of the outcomes, creating a space where we can receive insights. They help to reprogram our subconscious mind, replacing doubt and fear with confidence and positivity. By repeating affirmations, we keep our focus on our goals and maintain the belief that they are achievable. This consistent reinforcement helps to overcome internal resistance and aligns our thoughts and actions with our desired outcomes. When prayer and affirmation are used together, they create a powerful feedback loop. Prayer brings in the divine energy and guidance needed to set the right intentions, while affirmations keep us aligned with those intentions on a daily basis. This synergy ensures that our spiritual connection is not only maintained, but also actively works toward manifesting our desires in the physical world. It's a balanced approach that integrates spiritual connection with practical action, leading to more effective and sustained results. The manifestation of desires through prayer and affirmation is rooted in the idea that our thoughts and words have the power to shape our reality. When we pray, we are not only seeking divine guidance, but also setting intentions for what we wish to manifest in our lives. These prayers, when combined with affirmations, act as a powerful tool for bringing our desires into reality. Prayer is the act of communicating our deepest hopes, dreams, and needs to the divine. It's a moment of connection where we express what we desire and trust that the divine energy will guide us toward it. This process of setting intentions in prayer is the first step in manifesting our desires. It's about clarifying what we want and aligning ourselves with the energy that can help bring it to fruition. Affirmations, on the other hand, are the daily reminders that keep us focused on our desires. They are positive statements that reinforce our intentions and help to reshape our beliefs and attitudes. By consistently affirming what we want to manifest, we train our subconscious mind to believe in the possibility of these desires coming true. This belief is crucial because it influences our actions and decisions, aligning them with the outcomes we wish to achieve. Together, prayer and affirmation create a powerful synergy for manifestation. Prayer sets the spiritual foundation, inviting divine support and aligning our intentions with a higher purpose. Affirmations then reinforce these intentions, keeping us focused and motivated. This combination not only strengthens our belief in the possibility of our desires, but also energizes the process of manifestation, turning our hopes into reality. Through this practice, we are reminded that we are active participants in the creation of our reality. By consciously using prayer and affirmation, we harness the power of our thoughts and words to bring about the outcomes we seek. Overcoming obstacles is a crucial aspect of any journey toward personal growth and fulfillment, and prayer and affirmation can be powerful tools in this process. Life is full of challenges, and how we approach these obstacles often determines whether we are able to overcome them or become overwhelmed by them. Prayer and affirmation provide the mental and spiritual resilience needed to navigate through difficulties with grace and strength. Prayer is a means of seeking divine assistance and wisdom when we face obstacles. It allows us to surrender our worries and fears to a higher power, trusting that we are not alone in our struggles. Through prayer, we can find the courage and clarity needed to face challenges head-on. It offers us a sense of peace and reassurance, reminding us that there is a greater plan at work and that we are supported in our efforts to overcome adversity. Affirmations, on the other hand, reinforce a positive mindset in the face of challenges. When we affirm our strength, resilience, and ability to overcome obstacles, we train our minds to focus on solutions rather than problems. This positive reinforcement helps us to stay motivated and persistent, even when the road ahead seems difficult. Affirmations keep our thoughts aligned with our goals, preventing us from falling into patterns of doubt or negativity that can hinder our progress. Together, prayer and affirmation create a powerful support system for overcoming obstacles. Prayer connects us with divine guidance and strength, while affirmations keep our mindset positive and focused. This combination empowers us to face challenges with confidence, knowing that we have both spiritual support and a resilient mindset to help us navigate through any difficulties. By using these tools, we can transform obstacles into opportunities for growth and emerge stronger on the other side. Guidance and clarity are among the most profound benefits of incorporating prayer and affirmation into our lives. In a world filled with distractions, uncertainties, and complex decisions, finding a clear path forward can often feel overwhelming. Prayer and affirmation serve as powerful tools to cut through the noise, offering us the direction and insight we need to navigate our lives with purpose and confidence. Prayer is a direct line to divine wisdom. When we pray, we open ourselves to receiving guidance from a higher power, whether we conceive of this power as God, the universe, or our inner higher self. This act of reaching out for guidance is a way of acknowledging that we don't have all the answers and that we are willing to be led by a force greater than our individual understanding. Through prayer, we can receive clarity on difficult decisions, insights into complex situations, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing we are on the right path. Affirmations complement this by keeping us grounded and focused on the clarity we seek. By regularly affirming statements such as "I am guided by divine wisdom" or "clarity flows to me with ease," we reinforce our trust in the guidance we receive through prayer. Affirmations help to maintain a clear and positive mindset, which is essential for recognizing and acting on the guidance we are given. They keep us aligned with our intentions and prevent us from being swayed by doubt or confusion. Together, prayer and affirmation create a powerful framework for living with greater clarity and direction. Prayer invites the guidance we need, and affirmations ensure that we remain open and attuned to that guidance. This combination allows us to move through life with a sense of purpose, making decisions with confidence and navigating challenges with a clear, focused mind. The empowerment of the subconscious mind is a key benefit of practicing prayer and affirmation. The subconscious mind is a powerful force that shapes our beliefs, behaviors, and ultimately our reality. It operates beneath the surface of our conscious awareness, influencing our thoughts and actions in profound ways. By engaging in prayer and affirmation, we can directly impact the subconscious mind, harnessing its power to create positive changes in our lives. Prayer is a way to communicate with the deeper aspects of our being. When we pray, we are not only reaching out to a higher power, but also speaking to the core of who we are. Prayer helps to instill a sense of peace, trust, and connection within our subconscious mind. It reassures us that we are supported and guided, which can transform deep-seated fears and doubts into faith and confidence. Over time, this repeated connection through prayer can rewire the subconscious mind to be more aligned with positivity and divine guidance. Together, prayer and affirmation serve as a powerful duo for reprogramming the subconscious mind. Prayer opens the door to divine support and inner peace, while affirmations continually reinforce the positive beliefs that we want to cultivate. This empowerment of the subconscious mind leads to lasting transformation, enabling us to act with confidence, make decisions aligned with our highest good, and manifest the life we desire. Through this practice, we gain control over the unseen forces that shape our reality, allowing us to live more purposefully and effectively. The potential for miraculous change is one of the most profound aspects of engaging in prayer and affirmation. Both practices connect us to a higher power and tap into the vast possibilities that exist beyond our immediate perception. Prayer invites divine intervention, opening us up to solutions, opportunities, and outcomes that may seem impossible by ordinary means. It is through prayer that many people experience events that defy logic, whether it's a sudden healing, an unexpected breakthrough, or a dramatic shift in circumstances. Affirmations, on the other hand, align our thoughts and energy with these possibilities. By consistently affirming positive outcomes and holding on to the belief that change is not only possible but inevitable, we create a mindset that is receptive to miracles. The power of belief cannot be underestimated. When we truly believe in the potential for miraculous change, we are more likely to recognize and act on the opportunities that lead to those outcomes. Together, prayer and affirmation create an environment where miracles can happen. They shift our focus from limitations to possibilities, from doubt to faith, enabling us to experience transformations that transcend the ordinary and open us up to the extraordinary. As we reflect on the profound journey we've undertaken today, it's clear that prayer and affirmation are far more than just spiritual practices. They are powerful tools for transformation, guidance, and the manifestation of our deepest desires. We've explored how these practices, individually potent, become even more effective when combined, creating a synergy that can change not only our inner world, but also the reality around us. We began by understanding the essential role of connection with the divine. This connection is the foundation of all that follows, anchoring us in a relationship with a higher power that provides support, guidance, and a sense of purpose. Through prayer, we align ourselves with this divine energy, opening the door to wisdom and strength that far exceeds our human limitations. Next, we discuss the importance of aligning our intentions with this higher will. When our desires and actions are in harmony with divine purpose, we are not just pursuing personal goals, but participating in a larger, more meaningful plan. This alignment transforms our intentions from mere wishes into powerful forces for good, capable of bringing about real change in our lives. The transformative power of prayer was another key aspect of our discussion. We saw how prayer doesn't just change our circumstances, but also transforms us from within. It shifts our perspective, enabling us to see challenges as opportunities and to approach life with a sense of peace and resilience. This transformation is further enhanced by the power of words and belief. When we speak with intention and believe in the truth of our words, we activate the subconscious mind and set in motion the forces that shape our reality. We then explored the dynamic interplay between prayer and affirmation. Prayer connects us to the divine, setting the stage for our intentions, while affirmations keep us focused and aligned with those intentions. Together, they create a powerful feedback loop that reinforces our connection with the divine and ensures that our actions are consistent with our highest goals. As we delved into the manifestation of desires, we recognized the importance of both prayer and affirmation in bringing our dreams to life. Prayer invites divine assistance, while affirmations keep our minds and hearts aligned with the outcomes we seek. This combination not only makes our desires more attainable, but also ensures that they are in harmony with the greater good. Through prayer, we draw on divine strength and guidance, while affirmations help us maintain a positive, solution-oriented mindset. This dual approach empowers us to face challenges with confidence, turning potential setbacks into stepping stones on our path to success. Guidance and clarity were also highlighted as key outcomes of regular prayer and affirmation. In a world full of distractions and uncertainties, these practices help us cut through the noise and find a clear direction forward. They allow us to make decisions with confidence, knowing that we are supported by divine wisdom and a focused, positive mindset. We also examine the empowerment of the subconscious mind. By engaging in prayer and affirmation, we reprogram our subconscious to support our goals, replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones. This transformation at the deepest level of our being enables us to act with confidence and manifest the life we truly desire. Finally, we considered the potential for miraculous change. When prayer and affirmation are combined, they create an environment where miracles can happen. By aligning ourselves with divine energy and consistently affirming our faith in positive outcomes, we open ourselves to possibilities that transcend the ordinary. In conclusion, prayer and affirmation are not just practices to be used in times of need. They are powerful tools for living a life of purpose, clarity, and abundance. By embracing these practices, we align ourselves with a higher power, transform our inner and outer worlds, and open the door to a life filled with miracles and profound change. As we move forward from this gathering, let us carry with us the knowledge that we have the power to shape our reality, guided by the divine and empowered by our own beliefs. Let us commit to using prayer and affirmation not just as a response to life's challenges, but as a proactive approach to living a life of purpose, peace, and joy.